Hey, welcome everybody. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And today we're going to be talking about why you should be prepping, some of the things that are going on. Can everybody out there hear me? Give me a number one if you can hear me loud and clear. All right, JT, thank you very much. Hello, JT, Jan, Bob R, how you doing? Thank you for joining me on this Saturday evening. A lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We've got information coming up at the end of this live stream on my next giveaway. That's going to be coming up, and I'm excited about that. And I believe it's something that can really help somebody out, either a regular prepper or a beginner prepper. Maybe help somebody get started prepping. Might be a good way to put it. We're going to give this a few minutes here and just see if some more people jump in real quick, and then we're going to get going on this this video. Basically why you want to be prepping. Sunset, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. It was actually a beautiful day today here in Florida for a change. My last few live streams, it's been cold and nasty, and today it was gorgeous outside. Absolutely gorgeous. Now tomorrow it's supposed to rain, but it's only supposed to be 70. So that's a little bit better than rain in 50s. Pitbull, hey, how you doing? Have a great day. How you doing? Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. Trapper Bob Patriot, thank you for joining in. The Celtic Prepper, hey, how you doing? All right, we're getting people jumping in here. We'll give this about another minute. As I was saying before, folks, the end of this live stream, we've got the giveaway coming up next Saturday. And the way you're going to enter, I'm going to discuss all that and what the prize is later on in this live stream. We have to get to some important topics, though, first. Mrs. P. Kitty 13, how you doing? Thank you for joining in. I hope everybody's doing well. The topic tonight is why you should be prepping. Pitbull. Have a great day. I want a prize. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can enter to get that prize here soon. I know I have a lot of new people. My channel has been doing very well over the last few weeks. I've gained a lot of subscribers, which I am very, very thankful for. And I thank everybody that tunes in and watches the videos and comments and shares and likes. All that really, really helps a lot. You have no idea. Just hitting that thumbs up and sharing the videos, especially the ones that really mean something to you, maybe share with some of your friends and family, especially if they're on the fence on prepping. I do get a lot of comments. A lot of people have a lot of problems with getting their friends and family to go along with and get started on prepping. And it's a very difficult situation to try to convince somebody why they really need to do that. Jane Smith, how you doing? Jane Smith, that's a good one. Getting ready to go to Walmart, pray for me, laugh out loud. Well, I pray that you're gonna get what you're looking for. I hope that your store is stocked and what you need, you'll be able to find. You'll be able to get in there and get out safely. All right, folks, we're about 5 minutes into this, and we are going to get going. All right, this video is why you should be prepping right now. Now, we all know about a lot of the things that have been going on over the last few years. Okay, that's just a gimme. Now, I have to be very careful what I say, so you all read between the lines, and I'm sure you can all figure that one out. There's a lot of unrest that's going on in this world. There's a lot of sneaky stuff that's taking place. You have Russia that has met with China, and you also have Russia that has had connections and met with North Korea. You have Russia that is moving even more things to the border of Ukraine. We, on the other hand, are sending more troops. I don't know if you all saw that or not, but we sent another 3,000 troops, and they are headed to Poland. Now, we all have to sit back and think outside the box on this, folks. This is a very delicate situation. This is a situation where one person does one stupid thing, and it could end up in a World War III. Now, we're all praying that that doesn't happen. We all hope that through talks and everything else that they can calm this down and get it under control, and we don't have to put boots in Ukraine. Now, the government did say that they weren't going to be doing that they were there for support on the other fronts. Now, why would we have all these troops over there if they're just going to sit back and do what? That doesn't make any sense to me. The United States has always been the fighting machine that has always come to the aid of the little guy. All right. And help liberate a lot of countries from a lot of bad people. We've lost a lot of men and women doing this throughout history. But it could also help in the situation that we are in right now. You see, because war brings us together, right? I mean, war generates a lot of money for a lot of companies because they have to make all these goods. I mean, it's just not ammunition, folks. I mean, all these soldiers, they have to have food, they have to have clothes, they have to have all their gear, they have to have all this kind of stuff. If stuff gets damaged or whatever else, it's got to be replaced. They have to have constant food. You're feeding men. And I'm sure if we're helping NATO out, as we have stated, we're going to be supplying a lot of goods to the NATO countries in order to make sure that they're well stocked and prepared in case of something does go awry. So what does this mean for us, and why should we be prepping more? Well, this means that a lot of things in this country could be put even more scarce than what they are now, depending on how bad the situation could get. We have to be prepared. Now, I would actually suggest to a lot of people that there are a lot of ways that you can grow your own food. There are a lot of ways, even if you live in an apartment and you only have a balcony, you can grow food. You could grow potatoes. You can grow all different types of stuff in small planters. There is so many ways of growing your own food. If you have the ability and you have the land, I'm sure a lot of you out there maybe already have your gardens. Maybe they're not in yet, but you have plans for it because we're still in typical winter. But you're planning ahead. You've probably already been buying seed or you have seed. You have to make sure that you have these type of situations and these type of things so that you control the situation and you're not, well, waiting for the government to help you out because that could be a very bad situation for you and your family. So if you do start prepping, say you're brand new at prepping and you're starting prepping, the biggest thing you can do is make a plan. You have to plan out what your family likes, what they eat, what you need, what you use on a daily basis. I know it sounds like a lot and I know it sounds overwhelming, but in the end, it is very beneficial. It is a beautiful feeling that you feel when you are prepped and you are ready. You start with canned goods. Yes, there are shortages and everything else, but sometimes you just have to start somewhere. You're going to be paying more for your products now than you ever have before. You're going to have to come up with some really creative ideas on how you can use what you have and stretch it to make do in a time of crisis. You have to sit back and you really have to think, all right, well, this is what we use on a daily basis. How can I go about doing and adding to these supplies? Maybe not going to the store could be the answer. Sometimes you can find things online and have it shipped to you because it's not available maybe in your local store. Walmart is a good way of showing this. You can go online and see if you get deliveries or if you go into the store and they don't have something. If they don't have it in the stores, go online and see because most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, you can buy it online and have it shipped to your house, even though it's not in your local store. They ship it from the warehouse and it gets shipped right to your house. And this way here, you still can get the products. Buying in bulk, from what I have seen, is you have to be very careful because prices are rising on all goods now. So you really have to be careful and start looking at the price per unit when you are shopping. See what the price per unit is and see if it compares to what you could get elsewhere because sometimes it's not always the best deal. Store flyers and things of that nature are a great tool to use in order to right now because stores are still running sales because they're trying to bring those people in to their store. So they're still running sales. A lot of stores are still running the buy one, get ones, the BOGOs. That's an easy way for preppers to start prepping. If you buy one, put the one in your working pantry and put the other one in your reserve for a rainy day. There's ways that you can get around this, but the whole point of this, folks, is now is the time that you need to be doing this because there is so much going on. The inflation rate is at a 50-year all-time high, they just said. All right. It is horrible and it's just getting worse. Stores and everything are still empty. They're still having problems getting stock in the stores. They don't have stock in the back room to fill the shelves. They're starting to put up signs on limitations. I've seen it in my own stores here, in Walmart, in Publix, in Winn-Dixie. There's signs up on a lot of different products that state, hey, you can only buy 1, 2, or 3 of these. If you do Walmart delivery and you go on there, you may notice now if you go and you try to click on more than 3 things on certain items, they won't let you do it. 3 is the limit. Sometimes it's 2. It just depends on what you're looking to get. So that part of this whole situation is coming back. The prices that we're paying now for gas, for fuel, propane, electricity, water, all that stuff is going up on top of your food prices and everything else. So trying to stockpile now is going to cost you more. But if you can do it now before the prices increase even higher, and you can make sure that you are prepped and ready for you and your family, that is going to be the key part of your survival for you and your family if there is a crisis that occurs in which we can't control. It's a really, I hate, in a sense, even talking about this in this country, but it is what it is, folks. We've been dealt this card. These cards have been dealt to us, and we have to figure out how to win the game. And we win the game by sticking together, and we win the game by having a community like we have here. We win the game by being prepared. We win the game by making sure that we are ready for whatever storm rolls in, that we can survive and feed our families and have the goods and the supplies that we need to take care of ourselves and our families while the whole chaos of the world is taking place outside of our front door. So, on that, folks, the biggest thing that you really need to be doing is you need to be prepping. You got to be ready. You got to make a plan. You got to go through and you got to see what you have, what you need, what you're going to have to jump on top of to build up the most. You're going to need your rice is number one. Rice, because you can do so much with it. Rice, flour, yeast, all these, those, and beans, dried beans, because there's so much that you can do with that, and it has so many calories, and it's good for the body. And on top of that, you can do just about anything else. You can have your canned chicken, your tuna fish, canned hams, spam, roast beef. There's pulled pork. I mean, there's all kinds of canned goods that you can get your hands on for meat products. Not everybody can afford to go out and buy the freeze-dried foods. I've been stocking up on freeze-dried foods. Then eventually here shortly, I'm going to be doing a video on that. But that's the most expensive, the top end of what you're doing. Now, a lot of my freeze-dried foods and stuff I bought before all the prices like took off and they're just astronomical right now. But you still can find some good deals, especially on Amazon. You can find some good deals and get some of those products. And those are going to last you 20, 30 years. They're freeze dried, you know, but you got to do something. Something's better than nothing. Strive for a 3-week supply. If you're just beginning, this is my opinion and my advice to you. Strive for a 3-week supply of food and supplies for you and your family. Once you hit that plateau, now you want to strive for 3 months. If you can make that 3 months worth of food and supplies, that would be huge. That is a key point in survival. Now, you're more than likely going to have to come up with a system to either catch rainwater, or if you have a river, a stream, a lake, you got to have some way to purify this water and everything else, because to store that much water for even 3 months is a lot of water. I think you're probably talking between 7 and 10 50-gallon, barrels of water. And most people, I mean, I couldn't store that, but I have ways of, if I needed to, I can catch rainwater. If I needed to, I have all different types of filtration systems and everything else. I know where my local water sources run and everything. So those are the things you have to plan for. Water is the hardest thing for you to prep for very long term, because it takes up so much room and it weighs a lot. So prepping is the key, folks. You all have to get out there and you all have to start doing this prepping. You have to make sure that you are ready. The key point is you have to be prepared. And it's very difficult for some people because they don't want to sit back and believe that they have to even think about this in this country. And the time has come, folks. Everything has changed since March of 2020. And I don't think things are going to be going back anytime soon. But the time has come for you to wake up, smell the roses, realize that there is something wrong, and take the bull by the horns and start being prepared for you and your family. So that's that. If anybody's got any comments or questions or anything like that, make sure you put it in capital letters, so when I jump over here, I'll be able to see it and it'll pop out, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if I can't, I'll try to get you the answers. So I'm going to jump over here. We're going to go over to the chat and see what's going on and see who's here and who's not. And then once we do this for a little bit, we're going to be talking about the next giveaway, which I'm so excited about. And I think this is really going to help somebody out. And it's going to be great. So let me get over here. I have to put my spectacle on because I can't see the screen. All right. Scroll down through here. Trapper Bob. Trapper Bob says, I've been filling my freezer and my kids' freezer. One told me to stop. They are full. I've been getting deals I can't pass up. Trapper Bob, that is a perfect point. If you run across a great deal, you got to figure out some way to buy that deal, because deals, especially if it's meat products and things, they're just not out there anymore, are they? I mean, if you see a good deal, you scarf it right up. I mean, it's yours, because they're just not there. And that's a great idea. Have a great day. We are in deep shit. At this point, we're getting there. I'd say make sure your boots are on. How's that? Have a great day. Have a great day. I have nowhere to go underground. Well, typically, you really want to try to make sure that if you can, you stay in your house, your house, your apartment, condo, townhome, whatever you live in, because that's where you have all your supplies. If you want to try to leave there, you have to either someplace to go or some way to transport some of your supplies and stuff. And for a lot of people, that just ain't going to happen. Have a great day. Our government wants war. I would say I would have to agree to a certain point. Um, they want the benefits of war. I don't think they want the bloodshed of war, but they want the benefits of war. And we all know how wars benefit the country. It brings the country together, it increases the economy, it takes away from anything else that's going on. If you get what I'm saying, it kind of like pushes everything to the back burner and we just concentrate on that. Everything else doesn't matter at this point. So whatever they were trying to do then, well, that's all gone. But the scary part of the whole thing of it is we're already over $30 trillion in debt. And they want to do all this and they want to do more and they want to print more money and they're trying to do all this. And all we're doing, folks, is we're digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper. I talked about this in one of my videos the other day. You know, the hole's so deep, our ladder doesn't reach the top anymore. My grandkids, your grandkids are going to be paying for this long after we're gone. Yeah, unfortunately, have a great day. You really have to really pay attention to and watch what you post just because um, YouTube is hot on the trail on a lot of channels, and I don't really want to be one of them, if you get what I'm saying. I have an email. You can all email me. It's in the description below. If you have comments or if you have something you want to share, if you have pictures, you have information, whatever else, you go to the store and you see empty shelves or you talk to somebody, you want to share that information with me. Um, I would love that information. I can put that in some of my videos. I'll never put your name or who I got it from. Just make sure if it's like pictures of shortages or stuff like that, if you want to send that to me through my email, that would be great. That'd be very helpful because then I have people that make comments on the videos and stuff and they're like, well, you don't know if you can trust these people, and I could turn around and say, well, you know what, this is the community members here in this channel that are sending me this information, so I'm not just making this stuff up or googling it or whatever else. I'm getting the information from all of you, what you're seeing in your local stores. Now it doesn't matter if it's here. I have people in Canada. I have people in Europe. I have people in Japan. I have people in Australia. I have people in India. There's people from all over the place. So send me what you got. There's the email address is right below. If you want to, if you don't, that's perfectly fine. You can send me any comments that you have that might be kind of risky on here. You can send those to me right in my email and we can have a discussion about them. Scrolling down through. Mammy K, hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. Rakamas, how are you? David C, I like raised beds. That's a great idea. No land. I'm in a small condo in Central Florida. Well, if you do have a patio or a balcony or something like that, you can get planters and you can plant stuff out there. You could do tomatoes. You can do lettuce. You can do um, all different types of vegetables and everything you can do in small planters. And you can rotate the crops so it keeps your soil and everything else nice and fertilized. There's ways of doing it. There's ways. If you don't have room, you don't have land and everything else, there's still ways that you can plant the food. Just going down through. Have a great day. How can I get rid of garbage in a small condo when SHTF happens? Well, you're going to have to figure something out. You don't want to pile it outside your door or something. you're going to want to try to take it somewhere down. I mean, if they have a trash area, take it to the trash area and throw it down there. But then again, if it's not safe, you're going to have to bag it up and throw it outside, I guess. I mean, if something majorly happens and it's not safe for you to go outside, you're going to want to try to, and you don't want to give away that you're there. So you may have to take a room in your house and that's where you put it for the time being until the coast is clear and you can get rid of it somehow. Throw it, over a fence or down by somebody else's door or something, you know. I mean, you're going to have to get creative. Pitbull, why is it only showing 4 peeps on here? Oh, I see. Right now I see 26. I don't know. Could be connection. Who knows? Use my Excalibur dehydrator on what I can use at a time of buying on sale. Kill is really easy. Organic is best. Dehydrators are a great addition to a prepper. All right. I mean, they save so much. It dehydrates down, saves so much space. You can dehydrate more using frozen vegetables, like David C says. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, using frozen vegetables, one of the processes has already been done for you. So all you got to do is just put it on the trays and dehydrate it. Good point, JT, on doing the math on how long with the weight and everything else. That's a very good point. Have a great day. I'm scared of the butane stove. I'm scared the canister will blow up on me. As long as you know what you're doing and you pay attention, you should be perfectly fine. I have a Coleman stove I use propane on. I do have a butane stove also. I have a different type of stove that can use on butane, propane. There's adapters that you can buy, and you can use propane instead of butane. So I mean, that's just something to think about. Water and a propane camp stove boiling are good to have. David C. Correct. Yes, David C., you are correct with the Walmart. You have to be very careful. I did see on there the other day, I was just scrolling through and I ran across 4 canisters of small little 1-pounders of propane. And somebody was on there, one of these sellers or something, they wanted $50 for 4 of them. It's just like, yeah, okay. I'll go cut wood out back. You know what I mean? I mean, but you do. You're totally correct, David. You got to be so very careful when you're on any of these websites, Amazon, Walmart, and all these, because all these people are trying to sneak stuff in there and they're trying to price gouge you. And stay away from eBay if you're looking for stuff, because they're going to rip you off left and right unless you know exactly what you're looking for, what the prices are, and you know how to finagle those and bid properly. Don't overpay. JT, that's a great point. You can burn or bury trash. Last resort, throw it on the roof. At least down here in Florida, the vultures will take care of it for you. It'll be gone in no time. All right, let me scroll down here. Jimmy, how you doing? Thank you for joining in. Carol Anderson, hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining today. Ma'am McKay, I think I already said hello to you. I'm just scrolling down through. So Mrs. P. Kitty 13 says that her husband works at Walmart. He called her tonight and said people are coming through with full carts, and several have told him they're concerned about shortages due to the truckers. Yes, we do have that whole thing going on now, don't we? I believe they're calling ours the Freedom Parade or the Freedom Truckers. I really don't remember the name of it, but I do know it's originating in California. They're hoping to pick up a lot more people, which I'm sure they will, and they're headed to DC. Um, I'm telling you, folks, when these truckers stick together, it they're going to make their point, and if you're not prepared, you're going to pay for it, because if they're not moving the goods, the stores aren't getting the goods. Point blank. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you and tell you everything's going to be fine, because I don't know where this is going. In Canada, it's still going on. Now they're trying to call these truckers and everything, all these different names is where I'll leave that one at, which I totally disagree with, but that's what they're doing to them. They're standing up for what they believe is right, and I stand with them. Mountain House is the way to go. Yes, Mountain House makes a lot of great products. I'm going to be doing a video here soon. Um, Protein powder like Muscle Milk brand. Yep, that's another good one. Have a great day. I'm about to start putting my rice and beans in my Mylar bags. There you go. That's a great start. Start doing that. Now, if you're not sure on how to do beans or your rice, you can always take and cut the instructions and tape it on the outside of the Mylar bag. So that way, there you always have the instructions, because some beans you have to be very careful with. Rice is pretty much cut and dry. Most people know how to do rice from memory, but you can always, on anything you put in your Mylar bags, vacuum sealed bags, or anything, you can always put either cut it out, put it inside, or cut it out and tape it on the outside, whichever way you're more comfortable at doing, but it's a way you can do it. Glad to hear people are taking this seriously. Yes, JT. I have the tablets for water, but do I need them with my Berkeley? No, I wouldn't think you would. The Berkeley water filters filter out. Um, I mean, they're the top notch filtering system that you can have. So you should be more than fine. I guess if you wanted to use them after it had filtered, you could, but it's just a waste. I'd save those for if something happens and you don't have the Berkeley water filter or a way to filter anymore, you had to leave or something like that, maybe put those water tablets and stuff in your go bag. And I would suggest getting something like a Sawyer Mini or something like that. They're very cheap. They're like $20. And this way here, you could filter the water. You could use those tablets, put it in there, and then you could feel secure about drinking that water. That's if you had to leave your residency. All right, so Sunset wants to know, what is a good price for one bag of Mountain House? Are you talking about, like, the bags that it's like a two servings, Sunset? Is that what you mean? Because you can still get those. Well, in my Walmarts, I've seen them. They're still in there, and they run anywhere from $8.98 to $11.98, depending on which ones you pick out. Now, I know online you can buy. Okay, yes. All right, so I would check, you can check with, because I noticed even online, the prices, they're still the same as the stores. Amazon has them also, but you're gonna have to price compare back and forth between, some of these different places. I would try places like either Cabela's or, Bass Pro Shops, these type of stores, and see what their prices are and if they're running any sales or anything like that, because those are great to have. I have a bunch of those. I have them in every bag that I own. I also have a drawer full of them. I have a bin. So, I mean, those are really, really great to have because they're single. Usually there's two servings. They say two servings, but you can get breakfasts, you can get lunches, you can even get ice cream bars for God's sakes. So, I mean, there you go. You can have a little bit of comfort food in the middle of a crisis. Jan, you don't have an Aldi's. Oh, that sucks because sometimes Aldi's run some great deals, and they're very, very inexpensive. They're probably going to be one of the last stores. Winn-Dixie's been running some good sales down here, so it's just going to have to shop around. Rockamas, Walmart didn't have any type of canned potatoes when I went there this week. I noticed when I placed my order for delivery today, I went through the canned goods section, because it stores what you've bought, so you can go through that and just choose what you want. I noticed a lot of the canned goods was basically empty, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, things are just not there, folks. Well, sometimes I just love when this thing jumps. Costco for Mountain House. Have a great day. I don't know if Costco carries it or not, but it's worth it. If you have a Costco card, go in there and see. Can't hurt. Thank you, JT, for posting that right up there. I do have that written down inside my computer, but I just can't get to it right at the moment. And you can find that out if you can find out all these charts and everything. People, all you have to do is just Google auction absorbers, or how many to use, and it pops up and it gives you these charts. So if you forget or you don't see this here, you just go on, you can go right on Google, you can just pull it right up, and the information and everything's right there. I do have a website, and I haven't really done a lot with it, and I'm going to start putting a lot of those type of things on this website. I want to try to get lists and things on there, and charts and graphs, and so people can go there and they can see, okay, how many auction absorbers do I need? They can see what can I do? How can I do this? I do have some videos and stuff on there. I have the one video that YouTube took down on me. That video is on there. Um, it's on my website because I can't put it on YouTube. They took it down and give me a warning. That was my first one since I started my channel well over 2 years ago. And so, it is what it is. I didn't see what the problem was. I was quoting exactly right, and I had it right on the screen, the article. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to get in trouble again. I don't want to get my little hand spanked. But go to my website and watch the video. You'll see it. It's right down through there. All right, let me get back over here. Rocky Mouse, believe it or not, our Walmart this time was stocked really good. There was only a few things that were missing, and it wasn't that they were hiding things either, but I didn't notice price. I did notice price hikes is what I meant to say. Okay. Yeah, I mean, The last time that I went into this little dinky Walmart down here, I was quite surprised. Now, this is what I've noticed. What they have on the shelves, certain areas have shrunk. So it looks like they're full. They're if you people can remember back when the shelves were really full, that's when, I mean, they had these huge sections, like the vegetables was like half an aisle. And now it is shrunk way down. But when they stock it, it looks they can fill it up. That's the only way they can do this is because they shrunk it down and put all the crap at the other sides that none of us want. Have a great day. I need a solar crane shortwave radio. Help me figure out what to do or buy, please. Go to my Amazon storefront. It's in the description below. If you go in there, I have some solar powered. There's radios and stuff in there. And if you need more help, reach out to me through my email and I'll see what I can do to help you out. But there's some great ones that are out there. And you're right, you need something like that, especially living in Florida. I don't know if you've been through hurricane season yet or not, but I do have a playlist on nothing but hurricanes and how to prepare for them. And I cover a lot of stuff in that. So if you're new to the area here, it's something that you probably should go through and watch on this playlist because I talk about a lot of things that you're going to need because it's a whole different ball game than going through a winter storm or just severe storms or a tornado or something like that. A hurricane is a whole different beast. Now, the good thing with a hurricane is, compared to a lot of other storms, is you have a lot of notice that it's coming. And it's your choice whether you choose to be ready or not. If you're one of these people that want to wait on FEMA to come in, well, good luck with that because we all seen how that took place with Katrina and all those different storms. It doesn't happen on a blink of an eye, folks. You have to have something to fall back on. Hey, sunset, that's a great idea using the 7-watt white light bulbs. Put one in each room in front of the mirror. Something else that works really well, especially in emergency blackout or any of those type of situations, even a grid down situation, is tea lights. Tea lights work really good. We have a lot of tea lights in my house, and I have a lot of tea light batteries. And this way here, I mean, they'll light up a room, believe it or not. Those little things put off some light, and you put a few of those around, you'll be just fine. And it keeps the awareness piece down because you don't have a bright light on. So if somebody's stoking out your neighborhood to try and see who's there or who's, around, it keeps your visibility and your mark down. So you keep your curtains closed, your blinds closed, and you still have some light so you can see what's going on inside. Lyndon Lannon, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you, Duke man. Rakamas, Indiana is very cold again after raining yesterday. It was snowing today, and our wind chill a couple hours ago was 10 degrees. But in a few days, we will be almost 60 and having storms. Yes. Isn't that just a wonderful thing? I grew up in Indiana, Rakamas, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Puck lights, they are remote controlled as an option too. Ah, there you go. Jan, that's a great point. You can put a gallon of water in front of a light, and it intensifies the light and makes it brighter. Bruce Larson, hey, thank you for joining in, and you make a great point. Landscape solar lights. Those things are great. I mean, they run on sun, you get solar. The tea light lantern, I thought it was pretty cool. Now, have you all seen that they make a stove that runs off of tea lights? It is basically it's an oven. I've been really they're expensive, of course, but I do have I bought a whole case of the emergency tea lights, the real tea lights, the ones you light with a lighter, a Bic lighter. Always make sure you have Bic lighters in your house. Doesn't matter if you smoke or anything else, make sure you have Bic lighters in your house. But I've been looking at those ovens because those are really cool. I think you put 12 candles in the tray underneath, and you can get that oven up to a 350-degree temperature in no time, and you can bake or cook anything inside that oven. I think it's just something that's just totally, bizarre that you can cook with these tea lights and the way that it's made. And I've seen people make all kinds of dishes in there, from cakes to breads to casseroles. I mean, what better else? Plus, if it's cold, you're getting heat from those tea lights while you are cooking. I mean, it's a no-win situation. I mean, that's huge. That's just a huge benefit when you're getting multiple um things out of one product. You're getting light, you're getting heat, and you're getting fed. What else do you want in a grid down type situation, right, folks? Carol Anderson, yes, that's a very good point. They do run some great deals. You get those lights that stick right on the walls, and they run on batteries and stuff. And like I've said in a few of my videos, um, you know, if you can only afford to buy batteries at the dollar stores, then buy your batteries there. Just buy a lot of them because they don't last as long as like a Duracell or something like that. But Duracells have gotten really expensive, but they last for a very long time. So, if that's what you can afford, that's what you got to do. I mean, there for a long time, I had a whole ton of dollar store batteries because every time we go in there, I'd grab batteries or a buck to just keep grabbing batteries. Country Boy Cotton, hey, how you doing? Saw one in here I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, Trapper Bob. I use cast iron on my camp stove. Cast iron is awesome cooking on a camp stove, a butane stove, or whatever else. You can get, you can have. I have my real father's cast iron frying pan. Now that thing's older than me, and that thing was, I believe, his mother's. So you're going back 80, 90 years, and it still works great. And you can buy the small little cast. Well, here, I'll show you one. You can get these nice small little ones. I keep these over there on the shelf. I have a Lodge, and then I have this one here that was given to me. All right. All right. These small little ones are perfect for some of those small little butane stoves or camp stoves or just those small little. I mean, you can't go wrong with cast iron. You can cook over a fire or anything else. I mean, they're just great to have. Cast iron is by far the best thing to cook with, especially if you have to go from cooking on a stove to cooking to fire. You want cast iron because it can withstand the heat and it'll take a beating, and you'll be able to cook food forever as long as you have heat. Have a great day. I have cast iron that's over 100 years old as well. Yes. Oh, Cassie Bassino. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining in. Mima's Homestead and Preparedness. I got a message. You was coming on at 6 and then told me in so many minutes. I got off YouTube for about 20 minutes and you've been on for a while. I don't know. My live streams, just so everybody knows, are Saturday night, 6 o'clock. I was a little late putting my thing out today because I was shooting videos and editing videos and I lost track of time. I try to get as much done as I can on Saturdays, so Sundays I can spend time with the wife. Um, but that doesn't always work either. Um, there's a lot that goes into doing YouTube. It's not as easy as a lot of people think, and I think that's why you get a lot of people that don't realize what really goes into this. You have to come up with the idea. You have to make sure you have the products to do the ideas, shoot the videos, move cameras around, lighting, the whole 9 yards. Then you got to edit it all, which sometimes could take forever because you want it to look good, you want it to sound good, you want it to be presentable to all of you out there. I have cast iron because you got them. You got me them. Laugh out loud. What do you think you're missing? Have a great day. Bruce Larson, I built a brick rocket stove from my cast iron. Hey, that's really cool. Now, I've seen videos and everything on that, and I thought that that would be a great idea. I mean, you could store those in your garage, just the bricks. And if you needed it, you could just put it together. And next thing you know, bam, hey, you've got fire. You can cook. You got a frying pan, that can withstand the heat. I wouldn't use a aluminum on there. You'd probably melt it. Christina Drake, welcome. And she wants to know, what do you prefer to use, FoodSaver bags or Mylar bags? That is a really, really tricky question. I like using Mylar bags, but Mylar bags are starting to get so expensive. Vacuum sealing is a way that you can do it and you can preserve your food and everything for a very long time. If you're going to be doing storing things you want to get the maximum life out of the product. Now you're going to put this away for that perfect storm when it hits. Could be 10 years from now, could be 20 years from now. Now I'm talking like your rice and beans and oats and um, green coffee beans, because you can always roast green coffee beans. Believe it or not, folks, will last forever. You have to get them green, and then you have to know how to roast them to make your own coffee, to grind them and make your own coffee. But to get back to point, if you want something to last for a very, very, very long time, I would highly suggest Mylar, just on the reason because it blocks all the light. So if you don't have a place to store it where it's not going to be in light, it blocks all the light. If you use the correct amount of oxygen absorbers, you will draw all the oxygen out of that. And as long as it's stored properly in a bucket or a tote, I like buckets because you can put the lid on. That's how I have mine. I have like 12 buckets in my spare room, and you store them in there. I have the Marlar in there, and they're out of the light. They're temperature controlled. They're sealed inside that bucket. No water can get to them. No rodents can get to them. Nothing. That's why I like Mylar bags. If you can find a good deal on Mylar bags, well, there you go. And speaking of Marlar bags, since we just hit the 1 hour mark, Mylar bags is what the giveaway is going to be. And it's going to be on the way you enter, you have to watch my video on Wednesday. It's a vacuum sealed video. All right. I'm not going to tell you the name or anything else, but on Wednesday, you have to go in, you have to watch the video and watch for the little trailer in there that's going to tell you how to enter. Now, what you are going to win is a whole kit of Mylar bags. You get 100 of these. Okay. Now, you get the bags, you get the oxygen absorbers, you're going to be getting the labels. Okay. You're going to get, let me see if I get this right, folks. You're going to get 25 1-gallon Mylar bags. You're going to get 35 1-quart. Then you're going to get 45 of the small, which are about 4x6. Now, the small ones are absolutely wonderful if you're doing spices of any kind. If you're a backpacker, if you're a hiker or any of these type of things, you want to put stuff into your go bags. You can break down, you can put small amounts of things in there. Coffee, you can put hot chocolate, you can put whatever in these small little bags. It also comes with 100 300cc oxygen absorbers with 100 tags. So you can tag all your products of what you have in there. And these are the bags that have the Ziploc on almost to the top. So you can Ziploc and then you seal the top. You seal the top with an iron. Okay. So you seal the top with an iron, and this way here, it's completely sealed after you put your oxygen absorbers in and you close the Ziploc. Now, if you have to use it, all you have to do is pull right along the top. Then you can open up the Ziploc and you can access whatever the product is, and then you can seal it back up, and you don't have to have something to seal it with. So you can seal it back up if you are in a crisis situation or something, so you'll have that product for another day. You don't have to use it all at once, if you see what I'm saying. So you have to go on Wednesday, folks. The video will come out Wednesday at 3 o'clock. It's on vacuum sealing, and it's on a trick that I'm going to show you so that you can do certain things with your vacuum sealer. And it's not doing Mylar bags with your vacuum sealer. Okay. So don't even guess that one. All right. And in that video is going to tell you exactly how to enter. And then next Saturday, we're going to be giving this away. And then what I'm going to do is, if you're the winner and you live in the United States, what I want you to do is you're going to go to my email address. You're going to email me your address, and I'm going to order it right from Amazon and have it shipped right to you. If you're out of this country, and you win, what I'm going to do is you're going to email me your address, and I'm going to email you if a Amazon gift card for the amount of the product. Fair enough. This way here, everybody can win something one way or the other, because I am starting to get a lot of people that aren't in the United States. So that's where we stand on that. I would just like to say thank you for everybody joining in today. It was nice to see a lot of people in here. I'd like to thank my moderators, Jan, JT, Cassie. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate everything that you guys do for my channel. And I'm so thrilled that the channel is doing well. The channel is growing. I'm starting back up my giveaways. I'm hoping to have some really great videos and stuff coming out this week. So make sure you're paying attention to this week. I've got some really good ones I think will help a lot of people out. One is on the vacuum sealing. That's where you're going to enter. Don't forget, folks, that's where you're going to enter to win. Another one is going to be on your bug out bags, backpack, this type of thing. I'm going to show you some different sizes, explain some things to you because a lot of people don't realize how heavy these things do get. So, everybody smash that like button on the way out. I really appreciate it. Share all these videos and everything, not just the live streams, but all my videos and everything. Share them with your friends and family and get people aware of what is going on so that everybody has a chance to be prepared to make sure that they can survive any situation. I'd like to thank everybody for all that you do for my channel. I consider this our channel. We've been building this for over 2 years, and I appreciate your time on a Saturday night. I appreciate your time every time you watch a video. So thank you very much. Without you, I'm nothing. And as far as I'm concerned, what I do, I try to make your life a lot better. So until next time, folks, I'm Survival Preparedness for Beginners, and I will catch all of you on the flip side. Thank you again. Everybody stay safe. Keep prepping.